What is Gucci, my people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Totally NFA, where I give you totally not financial advice on all things DeFi, crypto, and NFTs. Today, we're going to be looking at YieldNodes.com. All right, so before we talk about YieldNodes.com, I just got to go ahead and ask you to hit the like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Then you'll get notified whenever I'm dropping these videos. And I'd like to think I bring you some cool videos. So if you could do that, it would be much appreciated. It's a big help. And now we can get talking about the protocol. All right. So maybe you've noticed, or maybe you haven't, but the market isn't looking super hot right now. If we go over here to CoinGecko, look, our stable coins. Stable coins are green. Awesome. But everything else, look at all these charts. These top 13 charts here, they all look pretty similar. And that's because Bitcoin is he's dragging everyone down right now. Bitcoin has taken everyone down with it, and that's to be expected. If you've seen some of my other videos about charge or drip, you'll notice that a few days after Bitcoin dipped, those dipped as well, even though they were enjoying some pretty nice runs. So hopefully you locked in some profit on those. If you didn't, don't sell everything in a panic. Not financial advice. But welcome to crypto. It's volatile, and you're in it now. You're in it now. So yeah, you can just see that everything's kind of taking a hit, and maybe you're looking for somewhere better or safer, maybe, to put some of your money while the market is in a downturn or a dip. I don't necessarily think we're in a long-term bear phase, but there's always corrections. So here we are. Maybe you guys have also heard about STRONGNODES. Strong. Let's look at this. Come on. Boom. So Strong is a node project, if you don't know, that pays out daily rewards in their Strong token. And they support the network by running network nodes with a little bit of Ponzi-nomics. Let's be honest. And so you need 10 Strong tokens to create a node. Plus, there's a monthly fee associated with that. And they usually pay for themselves, but they're also mostly on the Ethereum network. So there's large fees associated with compounding your rewards, withdrawing your rewards. And since you need 10 of these tokens, your entry right now is over $6,000. Maybe you don't have $6,000 sitting around ready to go for one of these investments. But also, maybe you're interested in the idea of investing in the health of the blockchain. Maybe you want to run these nodes. So there's all different kind of nodes that you can run. There's some great YouTube videos on what nodes are. You can go over here to like masternodes.online. And basically a node is just, you're setting up a server or a piece of hardware that helps validate transactions on any of the given blockchains and, just contribute to the overall network. You want to open one of your own nodes, you can do that for most networks. You can see all of these are blockchains, are protocols that people have nodes for. You can see all the different stats over here, market caps, ROI, how many nodes. But then maybe you look over here at the required. So there's a required startup cost for all these nodes, which is like 1,000 coins for Dash, 20,000 coins for DFI. And if you look over here at the minimum worth, you'll see that operating a node, even though there might be a decent ROI, the barrier to entry is pretty high on these. So maybe you don't have a few $1,000s sitting around to sink down on a node. Maybe you don't know what node to operate. Some of these protocols I'm sure won't be around forever. And so how do you stay on top of it? How do you do this without plunking down tens of thousands of dollars to get into the game? So I'm going to show you guys YieldNodes.com. Here we are. Finally, we're to it. You're going to go to YieldNodes.com. It's going to pull up this website. So what YieldNodes does is it pools funds, and then essentially they, with their large pool of funds, will open all of these masternodes on your behalf as an investor, and they share 85% of the returns from all of their profit with the holders, which is pretty cool because they do profits on the operation of the network. It's a little more insulated from downturns because even during downturns, transactions are still happening that need to be verified. So pretty cool. They've got a nice little video. You can see some statistics here. The revenue generated for November 2021, 7.2%. And it's like this most of the time. So you can see the average monthly yield for the last 26 months was about 11%. And it usually fluctuates from what I've read between 5 and 15. So, nice little average right around there. It's 132% on average, but you can compound this automatically within the platform and, get a much higher return on that. So this isn't going to use MetaMask like most DeFi projects that many people will show you. You're going to have to deposit either Bitcoin, UST, something like that. I'll show you in just a second. Yeah, scroll down. I would suggest reading, all their FAQs, read the front page, and, here's a little sample of like their investments. So, like I said, Bitcoin going through nice dip, but all of these different blockchain networks are still operating. And so YieldNodes is, right there. Pretty standard. So this is the compounded, right? This blue line is compounded. This red line is just nice and steady, which some of you might enjoy. So anyway, I'm going to go up here and you're going to sign up, click sign up now, or I will leave a link down in the description. Full disclosure, it is a referral link, but it does not take anything away from you and it helps me bring you these videos. So if you want to use that, feel free. I'm going to go ahead and log in real quick and then I will show you guys the platform. Okay, so here we are all logged in. You will have to do KYC and you will have to do two-factor authentication to log into this protocol. So some of you might be averse to that. In DeFi, no, anonymity is a big thing. But yeah, that's a requirement for withdrawing anything from this protocol. So just to be upfront with you, you do have to do KYC and you do have to enable some two-factor authentication. So here we are on the main dashboard. You can see I just started doing this. So I've been looking at this protocol a couple weeks, decided to finally move some money into it. And yeah, telling you guys my balance just deposited last night. Here we are making the video. Up here, you'll see masternoded is €0. Withdrawable, €0. Total ROI, €0. That's just because it hasn't started generating returns yet. My masternoded balance is too small to receive profit. That's because I have this idle deposit right here, which if we go into deposits, bam, shows it right here. When you deposit something, it takes up to 7 days for them to take those funds and then, distribute them, get them locked up in nodes. They also do some yield farming and investing to help pay for all these returns. And it takes 7 days for them to receive and distribute your funds into those pools and start giving you rewards. So there is an initial deposit of the equivalent of €500. They have a little converter right here. So you can do euros into the current price of Bitcoin. So that would be the minimum amount of Bitcoin that you need to deposit. And then you can deposit either Bitcoin or Tether on the TRC20 network. And, there's different fees associated with whatever you want to use as far as that is concerned. I personally transferred in some Bitcoin. You will need a centralized exchange account. So that might be something like Coinbase, FTX, Binance, KuCoin, things of that nature. Or if you don't want to do that, you can use these fiat on-ramps. So like Transact is very similar to, I think is used in MetaMask, and that's how you can onboard fiat directly into MetaMask. You can do the same thing here. But there is a €500 minimum deposit. And if I read correctly, you cannot withdraw the funds for 6 months at least. So this is a bit of a longer term investment. You are locking these funds up for a little bit. But for longer term plays, that's not necessarily the worst thing. Kind of keeps you from pulling them out and panic selling or flipping into some DJ thing where you're going to lose degen thing where you lose all your money. Anyway, so say you have onboarded your fiat into Coinbase. For example, you would then generate your Bitcoin address here on YieldNodes. So you click that. It's going to generate you an address. This is a temporary address. It does have an expiration date and time. And then you have to regenerate a new BTC address to deposit. So you would do that, get on your centralized exchange, and withdraw your Bitcoin to this wallet address. That's basically it. Basically, you would wait for that deposit to come through. It'll hit. And then in 7 days, they will have your funds distributed and you will start earning rewards. It's a fire and forget strategy, which is super cool. And here in the withdrawal section, so obviously you're going to want to know, how much money can I pull out of this thing? You would come in here and you'll notice that when you go to make a withdrawal, once your funds are eligible to be withdrawn, you have to give them a heads up because all of your funds are locked in nodes or in pools. So right here it says, please note that withdrawals should be requested before 15th of each month in order to be processed on the 8th of the next month. So it's January. If I wanted my funds February 8th next month, I would need to submit my withdrawal request by January 15th. Best interval to send next withdrawal requests are January 1st to the 15th. It says it right there. Alternatively, you can reinvest your withdrawal balance for one more month. All right, so that is up here in the automatic compounding section. And when you first create your account, this will be 0, and it will say that you need to complete KYC before you can enable auto compounding. I just submitted my KYC documents last night. They were approved today. So I turned on auto compounding 100% of my profits. Now you can do any percent that you want. I just chose 100 because I don't plan on touching this money for a minute. I just want it to compound for a while. And then when it gets to a point where I'm happy with, say, maybe the monthly returns and I want to use that as income, I can drop this down and then maybe I want to compound half of my rewards and then withdraw the other half. You can totally set that up right here within the platform, and it's all supported on the withdrawal page. Another cool tab here is the performance tab. And again, it's kind of like the chart I showed you on the front page where, you can calculate out, say you put in 1,000 euros initially. Update this. So you would see that at the end of 1 year, your total profit would be 3,827 euros or a 282% return, which is awesome. But if you compound 100% of your rewards for a year instead of 3,800 euros, you end up with a little over 14,500 euros for a return of 1,360%. So compounding interest is amazing. If you watch any DeFi videos, you know this. Just compound your rewards, not financial advice. Don't invest money in this that you need right away because you can't get it. So don't put next month's rent in this. Bad idea. If your time horizon is, a year, maybe a little bit more, then you're looking at some pretty cool returns. They're also audited. You can go to their audits here. And without going too deep into everything, which I would always suggest that you do your own research. I am just bringing these projects to you as I see them, things that I think are interesting or cool opportunities. I'm not an accountant, nothing like that. I'm just a fan. And I like sharing this information with y'all. So there you go, yieldnodes.com. If you want to get into the node game, but you don't have $6,000 to drop on a STRONGBlock, then here you go. YieldNodes.com. I don't know what else to say. Do it. Check it out. Do your own research. Maybe use my link if you're so inclined. That's all I got. Until next time, trade safe, take it easy. Don't step in dog poop, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time on Totally NFA.